let's go back to our sign up view, and I'm gonna add a profile image view. Call it profile image view. Let your image view, I'm gonna give it a placeholder image. UIV.image equals profile, and then gonna call profile placeholder like this. Of course, we're gonna call IV.is user action user interaction enable equals true, and we're gonna create the label below the profile picture. I'm gonna call it profile description label, just this for the shortened version of that. So we're gonna call let label equals base label, all that usual stuff that you already know. Choose a profile picture. The font is gonna be regular. It's gonna be centered. Text colors be light gray. Number of lines is 1, and the rest we're gonna delete. We don't need that. Gonna return a label, and lastly we're gonna create the text field. Name text field, call like that, and then we have a base text field as well. Let's get base text field with a placeholder, and that placeholder we're gonna call it name. Return text field. The text field background color is gonna be clear because it's gonna have a line below the text field. Okay, and the last thing we need is it's gonna be the send button, because we want to send the information, right? Let button equals base button. The title is going to be sent. The title color is going to be white, and the background color is going to be highlight. Of course, I'm going to add a target here because something has to happen. Well, I'm sorry, my laptop right now is very is working very hard, so it doesn't really register all that quickly. Send button tapped for touch up inside. Gonna copy this, create a new function, like so. All right, and now we just have to constrain all our views onto our screen. We can do that by saying add subview right here. Yeah, it's taking a long time. I mean, I'll just do it myself right here. add our subview. Okay, gonna create the top anchor equal to the top anchor of our view. Then give it a constant of 30, and then gonna anchor to the center, so a center X anchor, and the height anchor gonna constrain it equal to the width anchor. And this, we're gonna do the same with our so that means we are taking the width anchor of our view, and we're gonna constrain it to or the height and width anchor. We're gonna take that and constrain it to the width anchor of our sign up view, but only 0.3% of that. 30% of that. So it's gonna multiply itself by 30%. So that means only 30% as big as the width of our sign up form. All right, and that's not the send button. That should be the profile image view. Okay. Next, below that, we're gonna constrain the label. For that, we're gonna copy this. So it's much easier for us. Profile description label, and as you learn already, sometimes we only need 2 constraints, and these constraints are those 2. So I'm gonna constrain it to the top anchor, to the bottom anchor of our profile image view. Profile image view dot bottom anchor, and give it a padding of 10. That's good enough. Of course, we're gonna constrain. We're gonna run our app and see how it turns out. Alright, let's test it. Create a new account. And as you can see, it does look pretty nice already. I know I'm saying this every time, but it does look nice. So, below that, we're going to create the text field. And at the very bottom, going to create the send button. And then we're all done for our sign up view. There's some things we still need to do. After that, design, specifically design, but we're getting there. All right, let's start again with this time the send button, and we're gonna constrain it to the very bottom. Gonna constrain it to the very bottom, and give it a width and height anchor of 0.6. Well, the height anchor actually can be a constant of 55, but the width anchor can be the multiplier times 6 of the width anchor. And above that, I'm gonna create the text field. So, oops, add the subview of text field right here. The top anchor. Actually, we're gonna give it a bottom anchor. Which is the sun button, the top anchor, which makes it a little easier on us. Give it a little padding too. Center X anchor. Well, the height anchor can be a constant as well. And all we need right now is a leading anchor. And a trailing anchor. And then we're all set. And then lastly, there's the function again with add separator line. I'm gonna call it dot light gray. All right. As you can see, there's a little problem here. The thing we have to do is right here, the name text field, we're gonna put the alpha to 0, and in the send button, put the alpha to 0 as well, and remove the private, like so. Okay. And now we go back to our login view controller, and right here, when we constrain it, when we animate it, we're gonna call sign up view dot name text field dot alpha equals to 1, and sign up view dot send button dot alpha equals to 1. So right now there's nothing on our screen here like before because we turned the alpha to 0. But as soon as we click on it, it's gonna call itself. It's even better if we put it inside here, so it does look a little more animated. So there's a little design issue here. It's somehow on the same page right here. So what we can do is we can push this up, makes it a little bit smaller, and should be all good. So let me make this a little smaller. Let's push it up a little bit, like so. And let's run it again, and then it should be fine. Right, it looks like this. The animation is fine. We got our views ready.